Okay, so this is one of the largest and most comprehensive collections of DC Universe classics you are ever going to see on eBay. These kinds of auctions don't come along often. I'm going to tell you straight up, I'm going to be asking starting price of about $2,700 for these. I have factored their worth roughly at 30 to 40 per Build-A-Figure and $10 per 6-inch action figure. And then there are several extras in there that I factored a little bit in. But for the most part, that's extremely fair when you consider that these cost more than 10 at retail, and some of those Build-A-Figures go for a lot more on the secondary market. It's a great way to get almost all of it in one swoop at a fair price. So let's talk about this. As I'm talking, I'm gonna try to I'll try to use my camera zoom to kind of let you look at every one of them. For the most part, I have the accessories laid out beside them, but in some cases, I couldn't quite match them up because I couldn't find a good picture online. But I did that for most of them, and we'll talk about accessories in a minute. But I would say that 97% of these are complete with their original weapons and accessories. If they are not, I have made a note of it in my description on the eBay auction. So, see, like, for example, there's Lex Luthor with all of his kryptonite rocks, okay? So that being said, as you look at these, there's the Crime Syndicate. That was a box set. That was awesome. As you look at these, know that, of course, there was the normal retail line that was released in all stores. There were the exclusives to Walmart, exclusives to Target, exclusives to Toys R Us, and then there were the MattyCollector.com only figures when it went into an online, I think after 2012 maybe, it went to online Matty Collector exclusives only. It was called something Infinite, something, can't quite remember, but a lot of these I got because I was a subscriber. So I have a lot of the subscription figures. I have a lot of the exclusives from the online, a lot of the Target exclusives, a lot of the Walmart exclusives, a lot of the Toys R Us exclusives. Nearly comprehensive, for real. Through the years, I love that Lobo. I think he's a San Diego Comic Con exclusive. He's 100% complete. He's got Dog, the 2 3D glasses, the 3D glasses that are scaled to him, the blasters, the chain, the hook. He's awesome. He's in like Build-A-Figure scale. So back to it. I was a subscriber, and so I got a lot of those, if not all of those exclusives. I have sold a few over the years. So like my entire classic Golden Age Legion of Superheroes, or Justice Society of America is not here because I have sold a few of those. I've sold a few of the old Super Friends like Apache Chief and El Dorado and Samurai. But for the most part, you'd have to do very little work if you wanted a full and complete DC Universe Classics collection. If you bought this lot, you would have to do very little work to complete it. You'd get almost everything you need right here, okay? That little ball is just a foam ball my daughter was playing with. She must have shot it out. So, guys, in this collection, you're getting a comprehensive collection of Green Lanterns, Teen Titans, Young Justice, Batman, Superman, Justice League, Metal Men, the Doom Patrol, the Legion of Doom, the Justice Society of America, the New Gods, and the Legion of Superheroes box set, which is a very popular and very expensive. There's Metron's on down this line. Very popular and very expensive line of figures. I'm going to show you the box. I have the box. The box is included with the auction. Mr. Miracle came with quite a few accessories. He had his flight disc. This little accessory right here goes on a peg on the back of his belt under the cape there. And that one gets lost a lot, but it's there. And there's also one for his nemesis. There's his manacles. His nemesis, there's Brimstone. I always thought that guy was awesome. He's an Apocalypse character. Forager, one of my favorites. So yeah, you see that what I've done is I had an extra Mr. Miracle that I sold, but I kept the accessories. So Dr. Impossible has all the same accessories Mr. Miracle has, with the exception of where is it? That's only to Mr. Miracle. Okay. So, anyways, let me get back in my line here. Dr. Impossible. So, continuing on down the line, you're getting a massive, very comprehensive collection of DC Universe classics. There's Validus down there. He's an awesome. He's from Legion of Superheroes. He's a villain. Him and Tur are in this auction. My favorite character of all of them, probably Blue Devil, right there. Okay, hate to let him go. Listen, guys, I hate to part with this collection. I would just really like to make some decent money fast in these present times. And if you've got it, and if you are a collector or a store owner, and I hope you're able to open up your store. I hope you're able to open your store back up. Definitely hoping that for you. However these might benefit you, I hope that you can put them to good use. Always as a collector, you kind of hope that. Okay, so Adam, I'm gonna go down there. Dun 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 dun. I'm gonna go down there and talk about that in a minute. So what I've done with Adam is, where'd he go? There he is. I gave you extra figures. The Infinite Heroes 3-inch Adam that is a posable action figure is included. Okay. The tiny Adam figure is included, and then this is a metallic, almost like a game piece. It looks like he's wearing armor, but he looks like Adam. So all to go with him for a size-changing, I guess, action feature, if you want to call it that. Got both Firestorms, Jason Rush, Ronnie Raymond. So anyway, continuing on. Golly, what was I talking about? Yeah, so just wanting to make, I guess the big money, and always as a collector, that's what I was saying. You kind of like to. I love that Batman. He's a throwback to the Michael Keaton 1989 with the all black. You always want to keep the collection together, but whoever buys it can obviously parse it out. I was thinking it would be cool, like if I'm not able to sell it for my asking price, I will probably parse it out into a Young Justice lot, a Green Lantern lot, Batman lot, Superman lot, Justice League lot, Teen Titans lot, Doom Patrol lot. You guys get my point. But it's so awesome. If you just want to get it for display, I almost had it on my shelf. I've got my Marvel Legends and my Masters Universe Classics and some other collections on the shelf, but I just thought, man, you just don't have room for it all. And so, while it's weird because DC is my favorite, and I would have kept these and sold Marvel Legends, but my son is a Marvel fanatic. He knows everything about it, loves the movies. We've been collecting Marvel Legends since he was born in 2005, and he's attached to those. So those are on display, and he doesn't care much about DC. So we're letting these go. You're seeing right here the Legion of Superheroes, very rare box set characters. I have the superheroes. I have Proteus. I don't have the Legion flight ring. I do have it. It is in the house. I have misplaced it. And if I find it, I will keep the address of the winner, and I will send it to you. When I find the ring, I will send it to you. In just a minute, I'll show you the box. It's in great condition for the Legion of Superheroes set. It's that wraparound box that kind of gets octagonal, and it's a great collector piece in and of itself. Did I just do all the Green Lanterns? Was that it? Yeah, I did. Okay. So I went over all the figures. Let's talk about the accessories here. Bunch of display stands. Batman, superpowers, clear blue, Superman, Batman, Public Enemies, 3 of those, clear green, Green Lantern emblem, 52, huge DC display stand. These are, the only ones mint on card are these Movie Masters Man of Steel, Zod, Armored Zod, and Faora. But they are mint on card, never open. These are the play sets that came with Young Justice figures, and everything is there. You can rebuild these play sets. All the parts and pieces are there. And the Superman one, I really love. It's very alien looking, but no worries because all your parts that you need are there. There is, man, there's a lot. There's a Starro from the Batman Brave and the Bold collection of toys, but I included that. These hands are to the Flash from the CW show, from the Multiverse line. I sold him, but I guess I left the hands out, and there's one left fist that goes with Arrow from the Multiverse show. And also have Arrow's, where'd it go? Also have Arrow's bow and arrow right there. So there's a few accessories for those, even though I don't have the figures. Brainiac card, Batman card, 3D, DC 3D glasses, role play Green Lantern mask, an extra flight harness for Orion, an underwater jet gun vehicle for the underwater Batman that was in the Batman Classics line, the squirting gun and jetpack for Joker that was in the Batman Classics line. There's a gun, 2 arrows that I'm not exactly sure, but they probably go to somebody in the collection. A metal beam, parts to the grapple gun, build a weapon grapple gun from the Justice League and Batman Movie Masters. Lots of batarangs. It looks like a motorcycle handle broken off there, but you'll get it. Lots of batarangs that probably go with Batman characters that are on the floor. A knife, a blaster. That gun right there is Black Manta's gun, but I have an extra one. It might go to somebody on the floor. Extra Nightwing batons. Bronze Tiger also has a set of those. I think that's either a cereal or a fast food Green Lantern ring. Those are movie Green Lantern rings. I think those used to light up. They might still. An extra Ronnie Raymond head, Court of Owls mask, big Batman mask, an extra Deathstroke staff, but both Deathstrokes on the floor have their staff, so I'm not sure how I have an extra one, but I do. Lightning effects to go on figures' hands. Those lightning effects I put with White Lantern Hal Jordan, because I thought maybe they were with him, but I'm not sure. I might not have all the accessories, guys, and what you've seen on the floor spread out right, but I think most of it is. And I think you'll find that the accessories are 97% here. We're missing very little, and if a figure is missing, I did my best to detail that in the eBay description. So this is the condition of your Legion of Superheroes box set. I think it looks fantastic. It still wraps around great. It looks great when you put them back in. And again, only missing that ring, but when I find it, and I will, I'll get it to you. You got these posters that came with some of the Batman figures there as well. Okay, so we've talked about, so damages. There's almost none. The 2 I can think of right off the top of my head are Metallo. Let me find him. He's right here. Metallo is super glued right here, okay? So he can go up and down, he can bend his elbow, but he cannot swivel his arm, okay? He can the left one, but the right one was super glued for breakage, but he's still in great shape. You just can't swivel that right arm. And the same is true, I believe, of Supergirl. She can move up and down, her elbow works great. She cannot swivel that right arm. Left arm's fine. Both of those have been super glued. I don't know of any others in this whole collection, guys, that are damaged or super glued. Timberwolf from the Legion of Superheroes set has an arm that pops off the peg, but it's not broken. It pops back on and it tightens up just fine. But I thought that he was super glued, but he's not. Oh, there is one more. Darkseid. Let me zoom in. This is Build-A-Figure Darkseid. He is super glued at the waist. That broke off a little while back. Everything else works great. He's still a sturdy figure. You just can't twist him at the waist. Other than that, it's intact. Guys, these will come in a massive box, and they will be individually wrapped with their accessories. And I had to factor that in to the cost of what I'm going to start with. My asking price is going to be $2,700. So I hope I hope you're able to afford it. I hope you're able to give it a look, maybe give it a bid. If you have any questions, just make sure you message me on eBay, and I'll be happy to answer those for you. And I've done the best job I could. Okay, so let me tell you about the count. I counted about 250 figures, and I mostly counted the 6-inch figures and the Build-A-Figures. My wife counted 2. We were comparable. I was off by about 1 or 2 when I counted, but I might have counted 10 or Batmite or one of the Green Lantern yellow constructs or Proteus, and then that messed up my count. So there are definitely some small companion figures in there that might have gotten counted on one run that didn't get counted on the other. But roughly, give or take one or two, 250 action figures, all in really great condition, used mostly for display, all from a non-smoking environment. You are going to be hard pressed to ever find a DC Universe Classics collection on eBay or anywhere else this comprehensive and this complete and in this good of condition. I hope you guys will consider a bid. Thank you.